Hi everybody, 314 Reactor here. Today I'm playing some Unreal Tournament, but something a bit different. There's been a new DirectX11 renderer released for it on ModDB. There'll be a link to that in the description. There's been a DirectX11 DLL file for this before, but it wasn't complete, so someone's taken it upon themselves to complete the work. So now Unreal Tournament has HDAO, I believe, which is a form of ambient occlusion, so that's to make shadowing a bit better. It also has all the advantages of the DirectX 10 renderer, which include parallax mapping and high-res textures and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. But now also, because it's DirectX 11, it now also has tessellation. So if you remember from Unreal Tournament, quite a lot of the things used to look very blocky and hexagonal because of the limited polygons, whereas now with tessellation, what that does is tessellate the polygons down into smaller polygons in real time to make everything more rounded and more smooth. Now, in some ways this makes a few things look weird, like some weapons, but generally I think the whole thing looks a lot better. So let's dive right in and see how it looks. Okay, so you can see there the magazine of the pistol looks a bit bloated there. And you see, here's a perfect example. The sniper rifle, really rounded, no longer so hexagonal. It does look a bit fat because of the way the tessellator's working. It's sort of adding polygons and in some places and expanding the weapon model out, so it looks a bit weird. But generally, it looks very, very nice, especially at 4K. So let's play a bit more. I think it looks really good. In case my description's terrible, I'll also put a link in the description of the video to describe tessellation a bit more so you can get a better idea. But overall, I think it makes things look really good and it's really exciting. Really exciting. And I just love how after nearly 20 years, this game is still getting modifications like this. Woohoo! I mean, running Unreal Tournament, the original on DirectX 11, I mean, that's just awesome. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Oh wow, I think the shock rifle looks really good. You can see a bit of the classic like morphing, the vertex morphing I think it is. That looks a bit more probably accentuated or exaggerated because of the way the tessellation works. But overall, I think this looks fantastic. And of course it's got a HDR as well. That is HDR lighting, and as you may be able to see, I've got the time demo statistics on, and it's running at pretty much solid 98 frames a second, which is what my monitor is currently set to, so that's pretty much locked my FPS to refresh rate. So that's really good performance. I mean, you know, what would you expect? It's a 20-year-old game on a 2080, but still. Oh no! I mean, I find this whole sort of thing really, really exciting. This is so cool. So cool that my favourite game, one of my favourite games of all time, is still getting updates like this. Right, let's switch over to another map. Let's have a look on there. It's moments like this where I think, my god, how many maps do I have for this game? Let's go for a bit of Space Nox. So let's just zoom around a bit. So you can see the minigun's got a bit more detail to it. It looks a bit odd in some ways, but overall, I think that looks pretty good. The actual barrels of it look a lot more pronounced. And everything just looks so smooth with all those extra polygons. Oh, that looks kind of funny. It looks kind of bulgy. Or maybe someone else will do some higher polygon models that work better with tessellation. We'll have to wait and see, but at the moment I think that looks absolutely fantastic. Even the meteors or asteroids out there are tessellated. Beautiful. Doesn't look like the Earth has been tessellated. You can still see the chunks along there, but I imagine that's because it's a skybox. I mean, the thing is with running old games at high resolution is you really do start to notice the low poly models, and this tessellation fixes that. It looks so smooth. Looks like I can reach out and touch it. That sounded wrong. See, look how smooth that model is. My god. It looks like it's been working out a bit. Even more so than usual. And that enforcer looks a bit funny. But damn if it isn't smooth. Alright, so let's have a look at some of the options that are available with this renderer. So just type in preferences, hit enter. And you can see here, you go under display, curved surfaces, make sure that's set to true, and then under rendering, DirectX 11 support, make sure anisotropy and anti-aliasing and all this stuff is set to true, bump mapping, HBAO, HDR, parallax occlusion mapping, shiny surfaces, tessellation, unlimited view distance and volumetric lighting. Make sure all those are on and you should be having a good time. Let's try a bit of Curse 2, see what that looks like. Oh my god, look at those textures. Oh my god, this looks really good. The insanely high-res textures on the floor, high resolution, and all the tessellation smoothing out all the models. Oh my god. Tessellated jibs. Man, I love this game. I just love this game so much. Haha, the vials. Brilliant. Again, I've totally forgotten that I'm doing a video. So I haven't said anything for about 10 minutes. Look how good the Ripsaw looks though. Oh my god, just absolutely amazing. Oh man, look at that. Just so many polygons. Absolutely beautiful. Now all you need to do is go to the link below, open it up at ModDB. It's the Unreal DirectX 11 renderer for Unreal Tournament, Unreal Gold, Rune and Deus Ex. So within that zip file that you download, there will be a readme that will tell you exactly how to install it. And of course, as just mentioned, it will run on Unreal Tournament, the original Unreal, Rune and Deus Ex. So I'd highly recommend going to get that now, setting it up, following the instructions in the zip file, and then all you have to do is load up Unreal Tournament, go to Preferences, up here Video Driver, hit Change, and it will take you to a menu. From there you can select the DirectX 11 renderer. Now, there's not just a case of visual improvements. Running a newer renderer, such as OpenGL or DirectX 9 or above on Unreal Tournament, is really, really helpful on newer systems because the older sort of drivers don't work so well with newer hardware, and these sort of help keep the frame rate under control because the frame rate is linked to the game speed in Unreal Tournament. So if you get too high frame rate, things will go crazy. So yeah, it's handy to have that just for compatibility, but also just for running DirectX 11 on Unreal Tournament, and it looks awesome. What I may do at some point is do another video where I have this DirectX 11 renderer going, and I also get something like reshade down to see how much I can really improve Unreal Tournament's graphics and really notch it up. Because if there's one thing I love doing, it's notching up Unreal Tournament's graphics. I've been doing it for probably 16 years now, adding mods and other things, textures, and it never ever stops being fun. So please like and subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment to say what you think about the tessellated models, if you think they look good or if you think they look silly. I think they look really good. I just think it takes someone to make some higher polygon models so they can be put in the game so that the tessellator can handle them better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.